Hello, my name is John Bannon. I'm an attorney and philosopher. In today's video, I'm going to explain how superdeterminism is supported by E equals mc squared. Now, Einstein's famous equation, his mass energy equivalence equation, E equals mc squared, means that mass can be converted to an enormous amount of energy traveling at the speed of light. So, this is the famous equation that fuels an atomic explosion. So, a little bit of mass, like a uranium or plutonium inside an atomic bomb, can be compressed into pure energy, and it's an enormous amount of energy, and that's why you get this giant atomic explosion. So, um, in Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, the E stands for energy, the M stands for mass, and the C squared stands for the speed of light squared, or multiplied by itself. So, uh, the key part of this equation that I want to talk about is C squared. Now, what that means is that the amount of energy that comes from the conversion, the complete conversion of mass into energy, is at the level of c squared, or the speed of light squared. In other words, the energy is traveling at the speed of light. So if you completely converted mass into energy, you would get energy that travels at the speed of light. Um, radioactive energy, electromagnetic radiation, photons, those sorts of things, or particles of light. However, in physics, it's true that anything that travels at the speed of light does not experience time. It is timeless. And this is due to Einstein's special relativity, where he showed that as you move closer and closer to the speed of light, time for you relative to an observer in a different inertial frame of reference slows down. And as you approach the speed of light, time for you slows down more and more and more until you reach the limit of the speed of light, where time no longer runs for you. It doesn't exist. So, electromagnetic radiation, like photons, which travel at the speed of light, those particles do not experience time. They are timeless energy, timeless physical reality. So, what this means is that uh, you can convert mass, if you completely convert the mass into energy, you convert it into timeless energy. So, um, energy traveling at the speed of light came before mass at the beginning of the universe, or the Big Bang. So, energy traveling at the speed of light appeared first in our universe before mass, which strongly implies that mass comes from energy that was traveling at the speed of light. And that explains the energy mass equivalence. So, this strongly implies that mass itself must be comprised of timeless physical reality because it comes from timeless energy. So, what E equals mc squared strongly implies is that all energy and mass in the universe is actually comprised of timeless physical reality. Now, in cause and effect, a cause cannot precede an effect without moving dynamic time. So, if if all the energy and mass in the universe is really timeless physical reality, then you can't have cause and effect in physics because timeless physical reality is not subject to time by definition, which means you can't have a cause preceding an effect in time because timeless physical reality is not subject to moving dynamic time. Also, um, if you think about probabilistic causation, that is the spontaneous, uh, random coming into existence of quantum events, then that also requires uh, moving dynamic time. And it won't work with timeless physical reality or timeless energy and mass. And there's a couple reasons. Primarily, Dr. Hansen proved that these spontaneous quantum events coming into existence is simply not the case. And he used Einstein's special relativity and what is known about the correlations observed in the spin measurement results of entangled particles to prove that. Now, you can read his proof for yourself in the peer reviewed physics journal, Physics Essays, volume 33, number 2, June of 2020. But there's another reason why this random spontaneous quantum event coming into existence also cannot occur in moving time. And the reason is because if you imagine two of these spontaneous events occurring in the universe, one after the other, like this non simultaneous random occurrence would create a time differential. Essentially, the difference in time between when this one occurred and when this one occurred. So it creates a time differential. So, because physical reality is timeless, it can't be subject to a time differential, which means that's impossible. It's impossible for timeless physical reality to spontaneously and randomly come into existence in the universe non simultaneously. Uh, Dr. Hansen proved that. It logically doesn't make sense. That's not to say that you couldn't create an entire whole block universe in one simultaneous creation like that, because there's no time differential in the creation event. But the spontaneous, ongoing, random creation or coming into being of quantum events, that's not possible in with timeless physical reality. So, what does all this mean? It means that Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared, strongly suggests that we live in a superdeterministic universe that is a predetermined static block universe without cause and effect or probabilistic causation in physics. The reason being that physical reality is timeless. All energy and matter in the universe is timeless. And you can show that basically through this famous equation. Um, well, I hope you learned something. I'm going to give you a second to read the board. Um, Take care, everybody.